ezi onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, Chukwu okike abịa ma bụ onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya, onye ọbụla naanị ya na-achị, onye mmụọ na mmadụ na-erubere isi, onye ọbụla naanị ya bụ ọka aka. Ụbọchị ene ka anyị na-etu gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, mmalite na ọgwụgwụ. Ndị gboo wee tụọ gị ebighị ebi, onye nwe m, ụmụ gị wee gbakọọ n'ụwa niile iwe nara ozi ọma nke gị onwe gị n'ezi ha site n'ọnụ mmadụ dị ndụ na nke ebere dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-asị na onweghị ihe ọbụla nke anyị onwe anyị bụ n'ihi na ọ bụ anụkpa ahụ sọsọ ka mmadụ dị ndụ bụ. Ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ, maka na okwu nsọ gị na-adịghị ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, n'ihi na okwu gị niile ga-abịarịrị na mmezu. Ọ bịa mere Biafra ga-eji wee bịa na mgbe nke anyị. Anyị wee na-akpọkụ gị wee na-arịọ gị na-asị, lekwa ude nke anyị na-asụ n'akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka o metụta gị n'obi. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, biko dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt, gotu ọgbe wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbodo ekwensu bụ zuu nke mmadụ dị ndụ kere. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị na anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị, wee nye gị nsọpụrụ ụtọ na-eji ama mgbe niile, n'ihi na anyị enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị nwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị. Ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nsọmụkwụ anyị niile. Ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa ngwọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile. Anyị anaghị atụ egwu mmadụ dị ndụ. Anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, sị gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka. Ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị refe nwanyị akpụ isi ala nye ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu. Anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ija mma, na-asị lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile kakasị wee baa ha ọnụ, ha wee daa hapụghị ikunu ọzọ. Obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala ọkwa n'ihi eze ebube dị ngọzi. Anya ọnwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkọ ha nsọ gị, na-asị na enweghị chi ọzọ egwezuga gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onye kere na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị ebi, mara onye bụ ka a na-arịọ gị. Ise ise ise.
Thank you. Ise to the prayer of our leader, Onyendumas Nnamdi Kanu. Now, very quickly, my name is Raphael Chamaka Jere, also known as Pastor Vam Vam Vam. By the grace of God, the God of the Biafran people, I am the Minister of Information, Biafra Republic Government in Exile. As events are unfolding, everyone in Nigeria, it is about to get to a point where they would all wish they were Biafrans. Everyone in Nigeria, Yoruba, Hausa, Ijaw, all of them, anyone be me, everyone, even some Fulani, they would wish they were Biafrans. They would wish they were Biafrans. Now, you see what is making wave right now on the videos going viral about Tinubu in Turkey. Turkey is the agent of the Islamic ruins that is coming upon the planet in this end time. Turkey. And Tedil Erdogan happened to be a sworn enemy of Christians, a sworn enemy of the West, a sworn enemy of freedom, a sworn supporter of Sharia. Erdogan. It is not today that Turkey began. Now let me play this video for you so that you understand. And I thank God that the narrative we started painting yesterday, which is the truthful narrative, the internet have caught fire with it already. The internet have caught fire with it already. The reason why Tinubu went to Turkey. I want you to hear something about Turkey so that you understand what
an Egyptian.
Here, Turkey in real life. What is Turkey? What is it about Turkey? Why did Tinubu go to Turkey? And why should we be concerned? And why would everyone in Nigeria wish they were Biafrans at this time? Because we have resolved to jump that ship called Nigeria, to be on our way to freedom. And if you had not made that decision yet, the sinking ship, like one social media comment creator said, which I would like to play it, that Nigeria ship that is sinking. The guy said that just like Titanic was sinking, some people were still dancing inside Titanic, but below, those that were down, they were sinking. And those that were up were dancing. They never knew that the boat or the ship called Titanic was sinking. But did anyone save in that ship? Nobody. I think it was only one person that got saved. One or two people. You have watched the movie Titanic. That's a true life story. Everyone will wish they were Biafrans. I'm telling you. Now listen to what Turkey is all about.
An Egyptian television news program says that Turkey is clearly a terrorist state with a broad reach. It reports that Turkey is supplying weapons to the terrorist group Boko Haram in Nigeria. 10 TV host Nashat Al-Delhi reported on a leak confirming an intercepted phone call from a few years back confirming the action. He reported in part, today's leak confirms without a doubt that Erdogan, his state, his government, and his party are transferring weapons from Turkey to, this is a shock, to where you may ask, to Nigeria. And to whom? To the Boko Haram organization. Well, Raymond Ibrahim, a journalism fellow at the David Horowitz Freedom Center and an expert on the Middle East and Islam, joins us now with more on this. Welcome, Raymond.
Hello, Heather.
Are you surprised by this report? What's your take on it?
No, I'm not surprised. And my take on it is that the actual tape that was made that you referenced and you quoted was made apparently in 2014 or 15. And it was reported widely in certain areas in the U.S. and in the West, not so much, and not much came out of it. And the reason, I think, is because Erdogan wasn't so, didn't have his fingers so much in Islamist politics outside of his own nation. But now that we've seen, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, the ISIS Islamic State caliph who was killed recently, and he was found just 3 miles from the Turkish border, which is in fact one of the last, or if not the last bastion of jihadi so-called freedom fighters of attacking the Syrian government. It's brought it up again, the fact that everyone is saying, well, look, he's supporting ISIS. So now we're remembering, and that was, I think, the point of the Egyptian show. We're bringing back to see that there's some continuity here. It's not just right next door to Syria, to Turkey, meaning Syria. He's involved with some of the absolute worst Islamic terror groups. Remember, Boko Haram, which its name loosely means Western education is forbidden, haram, was basically doing what ISIS is notorious for years before ISIS. So the whole, head chopping, crucifying, massacres, enslaving women and children, burning people alive, Boko Haram was doing that. And one of the things that international observers have been noticing, especially increasingly, is that their armaments, their weapons, are very sophisticated. And it's even spilled into the Fulani tribesmen in Nigeria and in other parts in Africa. For example, I'm sure you know, Burkina Faso, also in Western Africa, attacks on Christians have become horrific. Just in the last few months, there have been so many killed, and always in the context of checking out if they're wearing crosses, if they can say the Islamic Creed or not, and then being butchered and so forth. And those tribesmen, the Fulani, who are essentially living almost on a primitive scale, appear with very advanced weaponry.
Well, that's really interesting, which would kind of seem to perhaps give more weight to this idea that perhaps Turkey is collaborating with Boko Haram. What would the benefit be to Turkey of collaborating with Boko Haram?
Well, there's several theories. One is Erdogan basically is an ardent Islamist, and he is supporting and behind any Islamist movement in any country. He's the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt. He was allied with Qatar of Al Jazeera as his ally. And so you can see him, he's trying to help develop these Islamist groups so they can overthrow more secular states. Though, in fact, in Nigeria, an aside that I think is important, the president himself, Muhammad Buhari, of Nigeria, who's Muslim, Nigeria is half Christian, half Muslim, has been accused himself of being behind the so-called genocide, which a lot of international groups have called what's happening to Christians in Nigeria, that he himself is complicit in this armament. So he could very well be an ally of Erdogan and so forth, and it's just some sort of Islamist overall coalition globally.
I want to ask you, the President Trump, of course, met with the president of Turkey yesterday. Do you think he's aware of these kind of ties to terrorism? And what are your thoughts on that meeting yesterday?
Well, in general, I think, what he's aware of is really hard to tell. But I think the meeting in general, Trump and presidents won't necessarily bring up all these things, obviously. So when he met, for example, in Saudi Arabia with the king and so forth, he doesn't really mention human rights abuses and so forth for whatever strategic tactical reasons. So it's really hard to predict, but I think he needs to be aware because Erdogan's he's got his fingerprints everywhere now. It's not just Syria, which is very obvious.
He got his fingerprints everywhere. Erdogan got his fingerprints everywhere, the president of Turkey. Now he has come to Nigeria with the recommendation of Gumi to stamp his fingerprints in Nigeria. Okay?
Arabia with the king and so forth. He doesn't really mention human rights abuses and so forth for whatever strategic tactical reasons. So it's really hard to predict, but I think he needs to be aware because Erdogan's really, he's got his fingerprints everywhere now. It's not just Syria, which is very obvious, but now there's older evidence of him involved in Nigeria and also in Turkey itself, the Christian population, the minority there. And remember, Turkey was originally entirely Christian. It was
Turkey was originally entirely Christian. Turkey was originally entirely Christian. So you see the strategy they have brought. You know the reason why I'm telling you? Very, very soon, with all these things going on, by the time the onslaught begins, you all would wish you were all Biafrans. You all will wish, no, so many people who are not Biafrans, very soon. That's why Mazinam Kanu told you that the restoration of Biafra is going to be a miracle. Everything you do against Biafra movement, it is going to turn around to be in favor of Biafra. When Soludo was doing what he was doing yesterday, did he know that what is happening right now in Onitsha will happen? No. Tinubu and all the people they are working with, and all the people that are directing him, every decision they will take going forward, it will always backfire. I told you people that Nigeria will never ever get it right. They will always make mistake, and their mistake will give us Biafra. Their mistake will give us Biafra, including the prayer of their Islamic pastors, like Adeboye. You see, all of them are quiet now. No, they are quiet. They are even supporting Tinubu government. They are praying for Tinubu. They are fasting and praying for Tinubu. And at the end of the day, you know, their prayer is that Nigeria will be better, that Nigeria will be good. And God being angry with Nigeria, the only way Nigeria will be better is for Nigeria to scatter. Because if Nigeria doesn't scatter, Nigeria will not be better. The people in Nigeria are the ones that make up Nigeria. So God, in answer to the prayer of these bastard pastors, will actually hit Nigeria to remove the evil called Nigeria and better the life of the indigenes. That's what Mazinam can represent. That's why all these things did you not see Erdogan? Oh my God. Let me allow this man to finish, then I will show you videos of Erdogan and how he is moving Tinubu like a doll baby.
Anatolia. It was actually where St. Paul wrote all his epistles to. They're really being treated badly and discriminated against, and a lot of hate preaching in Turkey is increasingly against Christians and Jews. So definitely Turkey's going down the wrong path with Erdogan, though many Turks themselves remain committed to the Ataturk ideal of secularism.
Well, we are out of time, but Raymond Ibrahim, thank you for your time and your insights here.
Thanks.
And what you must know is that the reporter that brought this message brought it from Egyptian television. So it is also from an Egyptian, a Muslim state. So there is no way they can lie about it. Now look at Tinubu. Look at Tinubu. Now, Turkey promises to assist Nigeria in fight against terrorism. After both countries signed 9 bilateral agreements, Erdogan targets 9 billion investments. Now, Turkey, who is giving terrorists weapons, promises to fight against terrorism. And of course, the terrorism he's going to fight against is Christians and Biafrans. That's why it is going to be very ripe soon, and you will all wish you were Biafrans, because on our own side, we are ready for the unexpected. We are ready for the unexpected. After Gumi advised Tinubu, have you seen this? After Gumi advised Tinubu to go to Turkey for security, he actually agreed. Now Turkey targets 5 billion investment that may be channeled towards funding terrorism. Nigeria is finished. Now, somebody in this particular interview, if you understand their language, they actually call Nigeria an Islamic state. In this outing of Tinubu, in this particular preview, watch, I don't know, those that interpreted it actually said so, but let's see.
Nijerya bizim için dost bir ülke olmasının ötesinde 230 milyonluk nüfusuyla Sahra altı Afrika'daki en yakın ticaret ortaklarımızdan biridir. Nijerya aynı zamanda İslam İşbirliği Teşkilatı ve D8 bünyesinde
Islamic State. You know, if you hear the Turkish language, they are telling you that Nigeria is an Islamic state. That's what Turkish TV is recording. Now, let me read it from Joseph Okechukwu's write-up, because Joseph Okechukwu have already analyzed the video. Now, this is his analysis, the translation. This is the translation of what you just watched. Nigeria is a strategically important country with which we maintain close cooperation within the Organization of Islamic Cooperation and the D8. Within the Organization of Islamic Cooperation and the D8, particularly on many issues concerning the Islamic world, including Palestine. Not particularly on many issues concerning the Islamic world, including Palestine. So this particular strategic signing of Tinubu in Turkey, I am telling you, many of you would wish you were Biafrans already, because you will know that it is only Biafra that is ready. It is Biafra that is ready. Everyone, look at what this young man said here. Let me just play it very quickly, maybe a minute out of this.
On the top,
his analysis. Listen to this young man.
I'm not making this video to scare you. When Titanic was sinking, people on the top deck were still dancing. I can tell you for free that Nigeria today is sinking. I'm not making this video to scare you. When Titanic was sinking, people on the top deck were still dancing. I can tell you for free that Nigeria today is sinking. Those of us still managing to dance are those of us on the top deck. The biggest crisis we have today is the crisis of food. Most Nigerians cannot have 3 square meals. Even some of us, all of a sudden we discover that we like to eat only 2 times a day. Sometimes we like to eat only once a day. During the time of our parents, we were demanding it of our parents to give us 3 square meals. Mommy, I don't chop breakfast. Mommy, I never chop afternoon. I never chop evening. Now, as adults, fear no, they let us chop 3 times a day because the economy will not permit you to do it. And even if you have the money to eat 3 times a day, by the time you see your neighbor hasn't eaten once, you have to sacrifice 1 from your 3 so that your neighbor can even have 1 to eat. The Nigerian people must take their country seriously. There are only 36 states plus FCT 37. There is only one FCT minister.
All right, I think I have heard what you wanted to say. Before you begin to preach your Nigeria states, taking them seriously. The truth you have said is that Nigeria is sinking. Now, oh my God, Joe Ayaba. I will close with this Joe Ayaba message. No matter the time I have, I will close with it. Okay, I'll close with it. Oh my God, there are so many videos I would have played. Oh my God, look at today in Anambra. Today in Anambra, oh my goodness me, main market, today in Anambra. Now this lady did some fantastic analysis here. Oh, time is not my friend. Now look at Adeboye. They say Nigeria, but come and see what Adeboye is doing. Adeboye is dedicating a multi-billion naira or $1 billion house to a politician in River State or whatever. Look at that.
Glory be to your holy name, Lord.
You see Adeboye picture in front of the mansion. When they tell you about mansion in heaven, they don't believe in mansion in heaven. These are, I call them Islamic pastors. Watch.
This is a testament that God is.
Give me that politician, you know. Adeboye is, he's in front of politicians. And he gets it.
Stand gallant because I've seen you easy, sir.
Adeboye picture everywhere. Adeboye. Islamic passport. By the time he spent All these things you are seeing, look, I see him. You see the Islamic pastor Adeboye. I just wanted his picture to come out, and then you will see it. Now there is something I'm actually looking for. Chineke, there is so many videos I would have played though. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at so many videos I would have played. But anyway, my time is not good. Time is not my friend at all, at all. I wanted to see okay, I think it is this one. Come and see. This is this is Tinubu. This is Tinubu and Erdogan. See the way he's been. I remove the audio. Look at Tinubu. See the way Tinubu is being directed by Erdogan like a toddler. Look at him. Look at him. Look at the president of Zoo. Look at him. Look at him. You see? Look at him. Look at him. Just look at him. See him. See him. Him. See. I see him. Like a toddler. Like a toddler. You know why? Because Erdogan, Tinubu doesn't even know what he's doing. No, he's an old man that they are pushing him about. Go here, go there, go and sign. But this man in the middle, that Erdogan, the chief terrorist sponsorer, he knows what he's doing. They need to colonize Nigeria into an Islamic state, just the way they did it in Turkey. And he must do it to succeed. That's why I'm telling you that so many of you, by the time they begin their onslaught, you will all wish you were Biafrans. Yes. My brother was calling me. I don't know. Let me see if I have the opportunity to call you back just in a minute, so that if there's anything you want to say, you can say that in a minute. My brother Nedo. Anedona, you have a minute, please.
My brother, I just let me greet you and to ask you, please, who sold this suit to the Gaban? Who does this suit? The president of Turkey.
Na Turkey made.
How do they give her flour for?
I'm telling you.
This man, man, did you the one we call?
Yeah.
You know, some people doesn't know why Soludo did what he did.
Yeah.
Man, they find out that anytime our leader have case, Soludo and others will come out to do something.
Yes.
If they did not come out to be killing people, saying that we are ECN, Simon help my group. That is why Soludo is always trying to jeopardize our leader case.
Yes.
That is why he did what he did. The same day that our leader is in the court,
yes,
that is the day Soludo come out to shut the market in Biafra land down.
Exactly.
Exactly. So everybody has to understand the role that the Soludo is playing.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you something again about Soludo. Do you know that everything about Biafra today, if they say that people will be crucified, Soludo will be the first person. You know why?
Yes.
Before Soludo became governor, Soludo convinced almost 70% of Biafra. Soludo is going country to country teaching about Biafra.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Then we call him now and give him power.
Yeah.
Then he come back and started killing us.
Exactly. Then
Soludo is going to country teaching about Biafra. Now they give him power. He turned back to kill his people.
You're right.
Just want to contribute this little thing. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now you see what one of my brother here wrote. I don't know if the brother and sister. I said my Albanian colleague here in the UK told me that they were 100% Christians in Albania, in their country. But now Albania is 100% Muslim country, and the citizens are 100% Muslims. Biafra should resist this. You see, that is in Albania. I know Albania is also another country that is, I think, is close to Turkey also. The same way, that is what they are bringing to Nigeria. And they will not stop. Erdogan have that plan. And Erdogan will invest everything he has on Nigeria. Now, he will give them weapons for free. Before, he was hiding to give terrorists weapons. Now, he will openly give them weapons. He will even join the army of the zoo to fight against Christians and against Biafrans. So that is why you would wish you were a Biafran. I am telling you the truth. You will wish you were a Biafran. So many things to show us many things to talk about, but time will fail us. The truth remains that everyone in Nigeria should wake up. Just as Biafrans have woken up, wake up, because your freedom is in your hand. I promised us I will play the one of Cho Ayaba. Let me see Cho Ayaba's message, and then I will leave it there. Oh my goodness me, Cho Ayaba. This is it. This is it. Listen to Ayaba. Listen to Cho Ayaba.
You gave up on.
I will leave now, but just enjoy the message from Cho Ayaba.
You gave up on yourself, your children, your country. You gave up in hope. They took away from us our land, but they took away from us something more valuable: the right of every Amazonian to hope. We surrendered as a people. They started repopulating our own cities. They robbed our treasures and built a large army, francophonized our own police forces, and made sure you worship them. They thought they defeated us. We rose again. They thought they took away our land. We refused to surrender. They thought they could kill us. Like Jesus rose from the dead, we Amazonians rose again. For 56 years, they could not hold our land. They could not take away from us completely the ability to resist. Here we are, tens of thousands of miles away from the land of our birth. We're still fighting. We're still hoping that one day, just one day, we will be able to return to the land of our birth, claim it block by block, rooftop by rooftop, neighborhood by neighborhood. Build a system in which we can hope, we can believe, we can invest our treasures. Build an educational system that is going to turn our children into assets rather than liabilities. Build our infrastructures that can sustain our economy so you can live in Victoria, walk in Bamenda. You can fly and land in Tito. So you don't face the horror of Comrade Tabanyang to be deported in a foreign country. So you can land at the Bisongabang Airport, the Mamfe Airport, the Tico Airport, the Bafut Airport. We don't fight for ourselves. You look into your faces, there's anxiety, sometimes hopelessness, but beyond the pain in your eyes, we have a vision of a better country for ourselves. And I can assure you from the depth of my heart, from the scars I bear on my body, from the pain they went through as human beings in the land of the oppressor, the pain of all those who sacrifice and keep sacrificing so that one day we may be free. Amazonia shall be an independent country in which you shall be proud citizens, hold its passport, sing its anthem, worship its paraphernalia, and invest to make it a better place for your country and for your children. It starts today, Amazonians. Be the primary investors for your own liberation so you can own its outcome. I know it's difficult. I know we squabble. I know there is no family without troubles. Believe in the goal. Every Amazonian believes in independence, believes in a free country. Have hope. I am a soldier of the revolution. Be a soldier of the revolution. Think beyond America, think beyond the squabbles, and I can assure you, Amazonia shall be free. God bless you all.